You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. And we are back with a very special guest. I've got the foremost flower, perennial, herb, veggie grower in the Southwest. Douglas Forst is the Armstrong Growers representative for Arizona. It's all of Arizona,
yes,
right?
The whole state.
The whole state. Douglas comes in. He trains our staff on which flowers bring in the best hummingbirds. What's the biggest tomato? What's heirloom? He just trains us. I'm like, Douglas, you've got to share this with our listeners. And so Douglas Forst, thanks for being here. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So eat the microphone. I'll just kind of help you there we go.
Okay.
We got this. So Douglas, tell us about Armstrong Growers. How long you been with them? Give us the inside scoop on what's going on in the agribusiness.
So Armstrong Growers is a part of a larger company called Armstrong Garden Centers. So from Southern California, if you're from Southern California, I've ever visited, we have over 20 independent garden centers there. And then Armstrong Growers not only grows for our own company, but also places like Waters Garden Center. I've been with the company going on 18 years.
That's amazing.
Enjoyed every moment of it. It's a very exciting company to work for, always growing. Something unique about us is that we are an ESOP, which means we're employee owned. So very proud to be an owner in this organization. It's full of really great people whose heart is really deep into our industry.
Yeah.
So.
You got ownership, which means you take pride in that plant that's growing, and you see that coming out. So that's the reason we partner with you.
Absolutely.
First of all, we don't have suppliers that are corporations. We go with co-ops or ESOPs because it supports small business, small growers, small family farms, small. We like that. And then we do find the plant quality does go up because it'll have more blooms. Love plants show the love by blooming more for you. And so you all definitely have that grade A plus, that retail grade or better. And your new introductions are just amazing.
Oh yeah. So, our team of production is every year they're actually gearing up in the next 2 weeks to go to spring trials in California to find next year's newest and best items for us to bring to market and trial this spring to make sure that they are tried and true. So super excited for our team to get out there and do that. And Armstrong Growers only sells to independently owned garden centers. So
love that.
That is that's what is at the core of our belief system, is to support. And we get a lot of benefits from having our own garden centers by learning what trends are and what new varieties do well and what maybe others don't, that we're able to pass on to you. So a lot of really good information to help you guys be successful and have as much information as you need.
Explain the trials. So, because that's something listeners, homeowners don't really see behind the scenes, but is truly at the core of how you choose the right plants for the right spot. Explain the spring pack trials and what goes on there and how do you help, just enlighten us.
Yeah. So basically you buy from us and then we buy from breeders. And so they set up all of their displays throughout California. And then the growers actually go and meet with them. Luckily, we're large enough that we get to meet with a lot of the biggest and the best, and hopefully try to get exclusives that will be the first to grow.
Yeah.
But really, it's where we learn what is new to the market. What have they changed in, say, a petunia? Is it a different color? Is it going to have a different growth habit? Is it going to be more cold hardy, more heat hardy, things like that? So we have a whole team that travels for a whole week throughout that whole trial area and really is able to hone in and find in categories that maybe we need to expand on or just want to enhance the genetics that we're already growing. So
I love the one I was looking at one of your test gardens.
Yes.
And it was blistering hot out there, and you'd planted a whole bunch of stuff, and some things were suffering, languishing, and some were just going, I'm so happy. But you're trying to look for traits in plants and where they grow properly before you go in and produce. You're trying a few of them before you commit to, we'll need 20,000 of these, let's grow more.
Exactly.
You're trying to test them before you actually commit to that many plugs from the breeder. And if it's unique, that means you're paying a patent on them, an extra fee to get this unique thing. And that's a lot of money.
Yes. So that's why we trial everything before we bring it to market ourselves. And that's how we find out, does it truly use less water? So we can then market it that way, and the end consumer, the homeowner, can know that they really don't have to water this new plant as much as they would have, say, another one that they used to grow in their garden. So,
do you have a favorite plant that you like, that you grow?
Well, it's not that I can grow anymore, because I am from the East Coast, from the Philadelphia region, and hostas are my absolute favorite.
Oh,
plant.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's what actually got me into gardening.
Really?
My grandfather and my mother are really big gardeners, and just from a young age, just the simple dividing up of hostas that we would share amongst family and friends. That's really what started my love of horticulture. And so that continues to be my
that's
favorite
awesome.
plant. But unfortunately, living in Phoenix, Arizona, I can't
hostas
grow it.
don't do so well.
No,
you'll have to have a cabin up here, because they
Yes.
grow great up here. So hostas is a great perennial shade plant here. You could grow them more sunny, but here it's truly a shade plant. It thrives.
So many different colors and textures, and it was just really, really fun to use those in the landscape.
Hosta Doug.
Yeah.
Doug Hosta. There's got to be a nickname or something we can come up with you for that.
Yeah.
So you've been in the industry for, you said 18 years or?
No, I've been with Armstrong 18. I've been in it a little over 26
years. This industry.
Yes.
Once we get in, I've been in it 32 years. Once you get in, you don't want to get out, because it's still fun going to work every day, because you get to deal with living, breathing things and new things every year. It's not the same old geranium.
Right.
No, there's 3 new varieties we've never seen before. And that's this entire week is spring open house and starting. It's what's the new things this year. I never tire. It's like Christmas every time those trucks open up. And your trucks come in Wednesday afternoon, Armstrong. So every Wednesday afternoon, we have racks and racks and racks of flowers and vegetables and herbs coming off. I've seen that. I've thousands of racks.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still exciting every single time. I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah. I want to know, are we getting dinner plate dahlias this year? When do they finally start coming in, you think?
They're going to hit probably closer to middle of May to the end of May. But we'll have them in those nice big 12-inch patio ready pots with that dinner plate size.
That's probably my favorite plant, or dahlia, all dahlias. But there's the dwarf ones, but those dinner plates, oh my gosh, the flowers are as big as your hand. Yeah. They just bloom so well, so easily. So anyway, I've got a favorite tree, I got a favorite shrub, I got a favorite flower, I got a favorite perennial. I got favorites. Yeah. Why don't you share? I see you brought a couple things in. My office, my studio smells so good.
Yeah, so even though it's just the beginning of the season right now, there's still plenty of plants that we can plant. Violas are one of them. Little bit smaller flower than the well-known pansy.
Right to the camera. There we go.
But yeah, this is a really, really pretty sorbet deep orange color. Sometimes hard to find really dark orange flowers in our industry. But yeah, just a really fun one.
Truly is orange.
If we continue to get some frost and snow, it'll take it. So for those of you who are just really bugging to get some color in your pots or in the ground, a viola is a great option.
Violas and pansies and giant pansies or mammoth pansies. What's the difference between a viola and a pansy? They're the same genetics,
right? It's just the size of the flower.
Is that it?
They both are profusely blooming.
Yeah.
Pansies, violas, I've noticed in my own gardening, I don't have to deadhead them as much. If I am a little lackadaisical on deadheading a viola, it will continue to really bloom its head off. Where my pansies, I definitely have to keep up with deadheading. And they love to be fed. So keep them going.
I find that most folks plant these cool season plants too late. I think the earlier you can plant these in fall, really
Oh,
go
that's the
all
best
the way into
time.
fall, October, plant,
Yeah.
and they will bloom right through winter.
Mhm.
A lot of folks will wait, go, oh, my neighbor's pansies or violas have been so pretty. I want one too. They get the last crop in the end of April, May,
Right.
and then it's about to get hot. They don't like summer.
No.
They love the winter,
Yes.
which is awesome.
Yeah. So fall through. Yeah. Early spring is great. Another one is stock. This is
I got to call it. We're 10 minutes out of time. I'm sorry, but the station manager just doesn't let me go too long. So, hey, Douglas Forst with Armstrong Growers and his plants. Come here, beautiful plants. Thanks for being there, taking 10 minutes with us. Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Look, if your mom, wife, or mother-to-be enjoys dead cut flowers and the peace that comes when dining with all those kids, then by all means, take her to your favorite buffet.
But if she really loves her garden, a gift card from Waters makes perfect sense. In reality, you're giving her 90 minutes of peace and quiet while she shops for her own flowers.
Waters Garden Center, 1815 Iron Springs Road in Prescott, the place where people who love their gardening moms love to shop. For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.